There was a young artist, Italian I think, a painter's apprentice by trade. He worked under the masters with pen and with ink, and it seems he was quite poorly paid. But he learned about texture with light and with shade. A natural talent had he. When he finished his training, he earned a top grade. He said, "I'll go it alone for a fee." Well, he set up his business advertising his skill. Any room for 5 lire I'll paint. But the Vatican bishops were shrewd with the quill, so a contract was quickly arranged. Now, he took on a helper, Michael was his name, and it would seem he was good painting faces. So they divvied up work into 2 separate parts and Leo filled in all the spaces. Now he painted the vestry, the office, the loo. This is easy, you thought, which was true. But the bishops were clever, saved the best till the last. And they showed him into this big room. He told them, "I'll be all right with the walls, but I'll never get up to that ceiling." So he said, "That's okay, we'll hire you a scaffold," and that was the end of the meeting. Well, they started to paint, but slow going they made. The higher they went, it got harder. This room's a lot bigger than what they portrayed, but he continued till they got to the border. Those blighters have conned me, Leo started to think. This isn't a room but a chapel, and now they're expecting some scenes in the roof with significant views from the Bible. But I'll show 'em I'm not here to be duped. I'll take my time while they prittle-prattle. It'll cost 'em a fortune in scaffolding rent, while I lie on my back with me chattel. So it took 7 years for the frescoes to paint, but the cardinals weren't very happy. They said that he'd been lazy and loafing about, and the job that he'd done was quite crappy. So he said, "What I'll do for a few lire more, I'll paint you a scene from Last Supper." So he set off to paint, as he had done before. Now, do you want it with chalice or cuppa? On his breaks from his work from the Vatican's Pope, Leo had a bit on the side name of Lisa. She had a wicked tongue, and he was at the end of his rope, but he loved her and he wanted to please her. So he started to paint, but she wore a right scowl. Then he asked if she could but smile. Though he tried of his best to make her look happy, to do that just wasn't her style. With reluctance she raised up the sides of her mouth. An odd smile it seemed, quite dramatic. But when he finished the portrait, they said, to be fair, her smile looks quite enigmatic. When next he was asked if he'd painted it nude, he said, "I will, but to save all our blushes, it'll need to be done with taste, nothing crude. I'll keep my 6 socks on to store all my brushes." So you see, this old master, he liked to paint houses, not portraits for which he is known. He did something tricky with the things that he paints, and he invented the Da Vinci Code.